So today what you're going to be seeing is 6 gameplay modes. Or we have 6 gameplay modes in total. Sorry, you won't see 6. You will only see 2. We're showing battle between our two main factions, Marine and Cell. And these are tied into the single-player story as well of the game. We won't go into details because we're not going to spoil any of the fiction, but these are factions that exist in the single-player game. And when you're playing multiplayer, in the view of the single-player game, once you play single-player, you'll see that there's a lot of parallels in story and locations and the events that happen, and a little bit of backstory here and there that make the whole Crysis 2 universe feel more full. But the 2 game modes that you'll see today are Team Instant Action, which is a classic team deathmatch. Find your friends, don't shoot them, shoot the enemies instead. But the tip is that you have the powers of your nanosuit at your disposal. So if you're playing it like every other game and you say, wow, this just feels like every other game, use the nanosuit. You're kind of not playing the game right. Take it to the next step, and then once you start doing that, you'll feel like, wow, this is totally different than every other game that you played. And if you played it a lot like me, then you don't want to play anything else, because you go back to any of those other games and you feel like, well, yeah, this is good, but I'm missing the nanosuit. I don't have it here. So it's a very good thing. The next thing is the other game mode is Crash Site, and in this mode, what happens is the alien ship flies over the level and it drops down a drop pod. And these guys were in the way; it's a bad spot to stand. But the pod comes in and crashes, and then your teams need to converge on it, and they fight for contention of the space. So it's like a classic capture and hold, but this thing also explodes when the timer runs out, so you need to get back away from it. And it's up to you how you want to play. Do you want to be right there on the front lines with your team standing around it to help collect points, or do you want to sit on the outside and keep the enemy from getting at it, as they're coming in? When you play this mode, look for the icon up here on the top right. Look for that, and it tells you where the location of the crash site is in the game. Okay, let's go to the next one. And I'll stop talking soon so you guys can actually see the game. Like before I said, we have a really unique New York setting. The vertical gameplay is a very important part. We go on 2 of the maps that you play today. You see we have a rooftops level and impact level, which we'll talk about in a second. But overall, there's 12 recognizable locations in New York. And some of these are landmark locations to the game. Some of these are landmark locations you would know from New York. Or if you're in a location, you can see a very popular landmark with New York in it. And we've done a lot of extensive research on New York in order to make that happen. We took field trips over there to take photos and walk around and get the size of things and the scale of things, and we recreated that into the game. And then I think we're on the last one. Nope. And I say darn because I want you guys to play. Okay, so we have 2 maps. The first one is rooftops, and this is the one if you saw the EA press conference. Did you guys see that? Yeah. Okay, that was scary as hell. Sorry for swearing, but it was really scary because we had 12 players live playing multiplayer on stage, and anything can go wrong. Thankfully, nothing did. But you never know. I mean, if there's any time that that's going to go wrong, it's when thousands and thousands of people are watching, and something's going to happen. But thankfully for us, it didn't. If you look really closely at the video and you watch the guys who are playing, their knuckles are white, and they're standing there like this. So please, nothing go wrong. Please don't crash. Don't let me shoot the hero. Everyone was so nervous, and we felt really good when it was over. But this is the map that we showed. It's rooftop action, and there's a lot of space to use. There's also an interior space. This one is the one that you'll play Crash Site on. And the ship will fly over this building, drop a rocket, or drop the pod down, and then you need to find where it is. And then let's look at the next one. And this one's a cool theme. So this is a interior space, but it's 2 buildings that have collided together. So due to the catastrophic events that happen in the single-player storyline with earthquakes and stuff like this, one building has fallen and smashed into another building, is actually leaning into the other building. And the top chunk up here, that's an old hotel. And then the one down here is a new finance office building. So you have this juxtaposition of style in a very old New York classic style building with a very new modern finance building that is a little more cold and sterile. But when you're in the hotel, everything's kind of tilted and angled, so it's like you're running around in a funhouse. It's a really good map. There's a lot of good team play. If you're playing it, most of the action tends to happen out here, with gunfire coming out from all directions, but it's a lot of good fun. So, let's see what's next. Oh yeah, so this is just some general overview on multiplayer. Today we have 5 preset classes. Over the course of all your levels, you'll get 5 custom slots that you can configure how you want with your weapons, your attachments, with what modules you want. And then you situationally take those into the game, based on how you want to play, how you want to support your team. The other thing is we have personalized upgrades. We have 80 general ranks, like levels that you can get. And then we have specific suit mode ranks based on your style of play, like I was mentioning earlier. The Nanasuit modules, we have 20 modules that you can upgrade, and each one of those, as you use them more and more, you can upgrade those into 3 tiers. So overall, there's 60 levels of modules that you can get. You can collect over 20 weapons. Dog tags are customizable, so with your character, your profile, you create a dog tag, you stick the logo that you've unlocked on it. When someone defeats you, they get your dog tag, and then it gets added to their collection. So it's a good trade and share mechanic. And we have over 140 plus skill challenges that you need to complete as well while you're playing the game that unlock certain things as well. I think that's it. Yeah, check us out on www.sosnewyork.com, Facebook, Twitter, and mycrysis.com.